that goes for you.
Yeah, shit. Now I may not.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to take the wind of yourselves because that was one of the reasons, and we can talk about that later. One of the reasons I hadn't watched The Matrix Resurrections is because everybody was shitting on it, and I'm like, I don't want to go. I love the Matrix franchise. Don't do this to me.
I will rewatch it. I did enjoy the Resurrections, but I just remember watching those movies, and it was so different from the first one. There was no thought to it. It just seems like it was just a bunch of violence to have violence.
On this one,
No.
oh
The sequels. The
the sequels.
sequels. Yeah.
Yeah, I think people have been. I've seen online. So I'm planning to do a rewatch because I want to rewatch Resurrections. I don't know. We can move on. I'm done with lookup.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
if
I
you
did
want
want
to
to.
talk about Matrix next?
I did want to talk to you about Adam McKay because did you hear about? He finally. Yeah, they were doing a Lakers show that they were going to have Jerry Buck. Is he the owner or the GM? And actually went with yes. I can't think of his name. Anyhow, I pull up the trailer and watch it because it's very 70s.
Will Ferrell, yeah, semi-pro.
Semi-pro, yeah.
Like that movie was probably partly inspired by some of this stuff, so I can see why Will Ferrell will want another shot at maybe something more serious with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's done. It's almost like the trailer looks like
comedic and dramatic performances. So
yeah,
I get it, and I think Will Ferrell's really
casting, and he has to. Yeah, well, I mean, they had a what else?
But Matrix.
Yes. What'd you think?
I really like this movie. I really enjoyed it. I like all the stuff there. I like the approach to it, where it's like super meta. And it doesn't. I feel like everybody's holding it up against the first one because the first one brings all these really cool ideas and stuff, but we've had 30 years to digest that stuff, right? Or maybe 20 years, whatever.
We hadn't seen bullet time. We hadn't seen special effects.
Right. Well, even just the ideas of like the simulation and identity and all that stuff that they kind of poke fun at during those pitch meetings. Like I like that. I like that it's kind of like the creator gets back to go back and re-examine their work. So I thought that was cool. I think as much as I love seeing Keanu and Carrie-Anne Moss back on the screen, Jessica Henwick just fucking stole this movie.
Yes, I love her.
Yeah,
Iron Fist. Iron Fist.
I tweeted afterwards, like after this movie, either she needs to get back in the MCU, or somebody needs to snatch her up and give her own action franchise.
Oh yes,
because like she was great. I was thinking like, what else would I want to see? Because obviously, if this movie told us anything, is Warner Brothers knows that The Matrix is a big property that they can squeeze out for all their money. So I either want to see, and this is maybe like a little tiny spoiler. I want to see Bugs' trip from that window sill, from that window job to like where we meet her in the film. Like, show me that period of time.
Yeah. They were big fans of comics, so I could easily see a bunch of comics coming out of this to tell stories.
If only Warner Brothers had its own comic company that they could put out stuff through.
I don't even think those Matrix books were DC books either.
That's weird. But yeah, I would love to see a comic series of like Matrix, and they presented so many. There's some of the newer concepts like the friendly robots, I would call them.
Yeah,
that's such a cool thing. Like, yeah, it would make sense that eventually they would evolve enough to like,
work together.
Right. So yeah, I really liked it. I think the action was cool. I like the way they reintroduced some of the characters. Like now that we know that the full story of how Yaya became to be who he's supposed to be in the movie, and then just seeing Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss on the screen together, like
who look like they haven't aged.
They look like they have. I don't know. I don't know if they keep up together with each other, but I was reading an interview or watching a video of why we kind of didn't see Carrie-Anne Moss do a lot of things, and it's because she had a family and she had kids, and now she just wanted to be with her family. Like
Oh, okay.
she only wanted she. That's it. There's no. It had nothing. There was no like big thing or anything. She just wanted to spend time with her family, so she started making movies. Luckily, we got. Hopefully, that's one character I would love to see back in the MCU as well. Um, Jerry, is that her name?
Oh, Jerry Hogarth.
Jerry Hogarth. Yeah,
Yeah, she was so good in that role because Jerry Hogarth in the comics was kind of a, I don't know, he it was a guy in the comics with
yeah.
a Power Man and Iron Fist and almost comedic, not really. She was so serious and had such a dark edge to her. It was nice seeing Carrie Ann just go really creepy.
She played really well with Jessica Jones. I think that
Yeah.
when you pair them together, it was she had a little bit of a tougher time dealing with Iron Fist stuff.
You know what it was is Jessica's a powerful character because she doesn't give a fuck. She has no fucks to give,
Hmm.
and then she's talking with someone who has power,
Yeah,
and that those sequences of them talking to each other and almost battling with words were probably the best parts or the best scenes for me that didn't have David Tennant in it.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah, so she was great. I just really like the movie, and like I said, I want to rewatch everything else and then watch this movie again because they show so much stuff. I still need to find the screenshot. There's a screenshot where there's a Batman action figure in one of the offices. Um, uh, Specifically Mr. Anderson's office with all the collectibles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did-
so
what did you think of Mr. Smith's replacement?
I think he was great. I think like it's big shoes to fill for sure.
That was what I was thinking. Is that is the toughest part, and he was pretty good.
He made it his own thing, like
Yeah.
and it makes sense because like all these programs are evolving. And then there's some really cool cameos from the previous from even from the sequels. Some really cool cameos that are really interesting. But yeah, no, I thought the dude was great, and I like that duality of them too, as Smith and Neo. Like they, I don't know, they're really well written to like play off against each other. It's almost as if as much as Trinity completes Neo, on the other side, Smith completes Neo as well on a different level. So yeah, I really like and then like I said, I think the actor did a great job, kind of like this, like remembering stuff. That scene where he's trying to like everything's kind of coming back and stuff. Yeah,
Uh, what about the Morpheus replacement?
I like them a lot too. Like I said, I really like the way they wrote it into the movie.
Yeah, that those are again hard shoes to fill.
For sure, for sure. But Yaya's great. I mean, if we've seen anything in the past few years with Watchmen and fuck, what was the other thing he did?
Um,
Oh, Black Manta, like,
oh
and
yeah,
then just
yeah,
the other stuff that he's been doing. Like, I think Yaya's a great actor, and again, Lawrence Fishburne, big shoes to fill. But I think he made it his own. That's what you need to do when you're replacing something like that. You need to make it your own and different, as opposed to. I really like the dichotomy of like with Morpheus in the original movies. He was always wearing the dark suits and the leather stuff.
and
In
so
this one,
serious.
yeah. In this one, it's like all these really loud outfits. Even in the we saw in the trailer the kung fu scene where they're fighting. In the original scene, he's just wearing a regular gi, or in the original movie, and then in here he's wearing like this like robe kimono type of thing. I thought he was gonna take it off, but he just starts fighting with it. He's going with it,
Yeah,
and
I
it
did
looks
too.
cool.
I thought it looked like something that would hinder him, but then
Yeah,
also when he brings him back to the White Room, he
yeah,
jokes and laughs like he's the opposite of
yeah.
Morpheus in his seriousness.
One of the things that I found maybe to be a little distracting was how much they showed from the original movie, like actual footage spliced in there. It
Yeah,
was interesting the way they chose to show it, but I understand that they did that because they expect the new audience to not go back and watch three films.
yeah,
And I would say you don't need to watch any other movies to watch this. I would recommend at least watching the first one
yeah.
to watch this and maybe get more out of it.
Yeah, because I don't. But the only thing you get out of the sequels is it?
It's the cameos and stuff
I was thinking of
mainly.
how do you say her name? Niobe.
Nairobi, yeah,
Niobe.
Captain Nairobi,
Yeah,
Nairobi.
yeah. So you understand who she is in this movie,
Yeah,
which it it was a good way to tie it, show the age gap, things that have happened and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen too much Jada Pinkett Smith. I mean, she's just everywhere on TV talking about her
Bitch Mooney,
family.
baby.
Yeah, I mean, I love Fish Mooney, but man, she's just fucking on everything. And
Is
sometimes
she?
I feel
What?
like I see her
I don't know
all
what
the.
you're watching. Are you just
She's
maybe
always on.
subscribed?
She seems to be on. She's on Facebook Live talking about her family and her kids
Oh,
and
that
her
that
husband
cable
and all
that show
that.
they have. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that why would you air your dirty laundry about your husband and he's not
Uh,
there, and then Will Smith's
Poor Will.
upset and
Yeah,
like I just like I liked her back in the day when she played some hard characters. I don't really kind of give a shit anymore.
yeah. No, it was definitely nice to see her. I need to also watch the Animatrix to see if they pulled any stuff from there. I haven't watched like any video breaking down like all the Easter eggs and stuff.
I haven't
Uh, but
either.
but the Animatrix, like I always thought that was super cool.
The
So I
Animatrix
need
is
to.
the second best Matrix movie.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Just really cool anthology stories.
Now we're
So
leaving out one guy I want to talk about for a minute.
oh sure.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh fuck yeah, yeah.
What'd you think?
No, he's great. He's his role, which I didn't know what he was supposed to be until like they kind of
Yeah,
go into it. It was a fun surprise. And Neil Patrick Harris, he's so charismatic, and the more he kind of devolves into this thing that he is, like the more he kind of drops the charade of what's going on, it seems super intense. So yeah, it's definitely a nice change in
he
pace.
he is a fun bad guy, and I'm
Yeah.
going to throw out a weird casting because I saw it in this film. I would love to see him join the MCU as Arcade in the X-Men.
Oh my god, dude! Yes,
Arcade.
yes.
Because he just has that. He can turn it on and off, bring it up and down. Oh, I love it.
What about if not Arcade, Mr. Sinister?
Oh shit! I knew that was a good one too.
Okay, good. I
That
mean,
shit. They're
they're
both
very
good.
similar characters. It's just the Mr. Sinister has a more physically imposing figure,
Yeah.
but they're very similar characters. They recently did in Hellions. They kind of worked together for a little bit, Arcade and Sinister. And it's the most fucked up thing. You should go read Hellions if you haven't.
Sinister has probably the best dialogue of the past 5 years than he's ever had.
Yes, yeah. Seb Wells fucking killed it with the Hellions book. It's probably one of my favorite. Yeah, one of my top X-Men books that I'm reading. I should rank the X-Men books for 2021 because there's so many of them.
No shit. It's like a
Cool.
library.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I'm so glad. I'm really glad at the Matrix. So I'll definitely watch it again before they take it off of HBO. And I hope they give me a really nice collection. If they're not gonna make any more movies, just give me a really nice collection with all the movies,
Yeah.
including the Animatrix.
And I'm just going to do two quick